All right, everyone, it's time to talk about the drug war again. I saw this story where there was a mother in the UK. Now, in the UK, marijuana is not legal for medicinal purposes. They threatened, apparently, her doctor who was prescribing it, and they were getting it in Canada where it is legal. They threatened to debar him if he continued prescribing the one thing that works. Her son has seizure disorders. He has like 100 seizures a day. So they apply cannabis oil, and he stops having all these seizures so he can actually be a kid. He can live a decent, dignified life. But it's evil because it's derived from that fucking horrible devil's lettuce, marijuana. So she tried bringing it in from Canada, and she let him know beforehand, hey, I'm going to smuggle marijuana into the country, basically. I'm smuggling cannabis oil in because it's the only thing that helps my son. You deal with the fact that he probably dies in his sleep of a massive seizure at some point if you don't give it to him. They confiscate it. No, it's not legal here. And they were talking in the UK, and this shows you how forward-thinking the UK is, where it's illegal to have a butter knife or cannabis oil for your seizure-addled son. So they confiscate it, and she's like, well, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to go get some more, and I'm going to keep doing this until you change the law. And then they were talking about how, no, we're not going to even consider changing the law. Basically planting their feet, saying, no, it's evil, because it's marijuana. It's mind-altering. Oh, my God, someone might get high. Oh, Jesus, they might get high. Go and drink up at the pub, lads. That's certainly not anything like getting high on weed. No, it's way worse for you. It's like, yeah, I like to drink too, and I don't smoke weed, but honestly, weed is less harmful for the human body. Yeah, especially if you're vaping it or using like edibles or something, then you're not even at risk for lung cancer. Some people are pretending that vaping is as bad as cigarettes, and no, it's not. Now, I quit cold turkey. I was a smoker. Since last October, I quit smoking tobacco. I didn't bother going through the vape periods. I'm like, I'm just going to stay addicted to nicotine. It's just I won't be getting, a high risk of lung cancer from it. It's like I just wanted to be free of nicotine as well. But it is less harmful in an objective sense. You're not burning vegetative matter up into your lungs. It is healthier for you. Still not healthy, though. As far as the drug war goes, though, think of how many children have been killed or separated from their families. Now, I thought all these politicians are talking about save the children. The children must not be separated from their parents even if their parents are criminals. Oh my God. What about the drug war? How many parents have been they've been sent to jail or prison or something? It's like that one dude there, he got thrown in prison for life under some 3 strikes rule because of minor possession of marijuana. It's like you've got people who've served 20, 30 years apart from their families in actual prisons where they might very well get killed at any given time. You took Harold the Happy Hippie away from his 10 hippie children because he doesn't believe in contraception because that causes cancer, according to Harold the Happy Hippie. He spent years in jail for minor possession of a plant. I don't think that makes any sense. And now he goes to jail, and now he comes home, he's learned how to make a shiv, and he's got several $1,000s in cigarette debt to a bunch of skinhead prison gangsters, and now he has to go commit petty crimes or grow more drugs in order to pay him off. Now you've turned him into, now he doesn't just smoke pot, now he's a pot grower, and then the next time he goes back, he becomes an axe murderer. Whoop-de-doo, here's how the prison system in the U.S. really works. And it's everywhere in the world. It's not just here. All over the world, people get thrown in prison for some fucking psychedelic that they took once. Oh my God, a bag of mushrooms. This person's obviously a threat to all of society. No, he's not. Drugs aren't a threat to society. The drug war is a threat to society. If you want to keep children with their parents, you need to legalize these soft substances. Dad has to go away for a while because he's got to get sober is a lot more humane than, hey, daddy's going to go away for 10 fucking years because he had a heroin addiction and a little yellow bag there. I would think that that's rather inhumane now, isn't it? All these Democrats talking about, we feel for the children. Yeah, there's plenty of children that have been separated from their fucking parents for things that are less harmful than illegal immigration, namely minor possession of drugs that harm nobody. How harmful is LSD? Well, the world will never know because it's totally illegal, so you force people to use it in the shadows. Yeah, the real risk is you get a bad trip because you're thinking, oh my God, the cops might bust down my door. What if I'm making more noise than I think I am and the neighbors call the cops and they decide to tase me until I die of a heart attack? Yeah, there's the real harm of the drug war too. No, it's totally ridiculous. I think marijuana should be fully and completely legal. I don't even think they should have an age restriction on it. Who gives a fuck? It's not like it's going to stop anybody anyway, since you can grow it in your backyard now where it's legal. Here in Vermont, you're going to be able to grow several plants. Yeah, it'll be fully legal. You can even grow a few. You can process it. You can, divvy it out to your friends and shit. And ever smoke up, dude. That's funny, because 10 years ago you get thrown in jail for having a joint. Oh, how times change. I guess it wasn't devil's lettuce after all. And meanwhile, we look at states where it's legal. They get a lot of money and it doesn't cause any problems. It contributes to DUI, but, no more than any other substance would. Probably less than when it was illegal. And yeah, people shouldn't be driving high. I know it's less impairing than alcohol, okay. But that doesn't matter. That's like saying, hey, that Budweiser is less impairing than if I pound down the bottle of Jim Beam. Okay, well, it's still a DUI. Not without good reason. You need to stay off the road and not endanger other people. Any impairment's bad. Oh, yeah, I'm not fully blind. I'm just like half blind. It's okay. I'm good to drive. Yeah, let's get on the highway. It'll be fun. Drink our Budweiser. Not the way the world needs to work. Okay, you can if you want. You should be absolutely liable for all sorts of injurious fees and charges if you hit anything. That's the way it should be. Yes, DUI and public disorderly conduct, rather, should still apply. As far as marijuana, it's like marijuana oil. You're giving it to your kid to keep them alive and so they can live with some degree of dignity and away from the pain that they've experienced. I think it's even more cruel if you've allowed them to use that medicine for a while. So the child now knows what it's like to live seizure-free. They know what it's like to be kind of a normal kid, be able to sit still, be able to, stand, be able to walk down the street without worrying about suddenly keeling over and spasming out. And now you're trying to deprive them of that. In my mind, that almost rises to the level of torture. It's a human rights violation in every possible sense. You give somebody hope and then seize it from them? Oh my goodness. And you say, and the liberals here will say, look at the UK, we need to be like them. They have such forward-thinking laws, like, on whatever, guns or, it's like, yeah, and they also torture people for, being cannabis recipients. Wonderful. Wonderful. Absolutely great. Meanwhile, Canada has relatively a lot more guns and is a better society, I think, than the UK. Yeah, superior to their former colonial masters. Then again, so is every part of the former British Empire. I'd rather live in some former African possession at this point than in the UK. Honestly, it'd be a better lifestyle, I think, and more opportunity, more growth going on, more possibility of remaining first world 100 years from now. That's about all. Peace out.